Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Bobby Valentine Sports Show. I'm your host, Frank Rampin. The 2024 MLB season has come to an end. The World Series wrapped up last night. It is officially over. We are into the long off season. For the final episode of the year, I thought I had to bring out the Kelly Green Oakland jersey because this is the last time that there'll ever be an Oakland team. Really hard to say that, but man, World Series wrapped up last night. The Dodgers take down the Yanks in 5. What a season this was, and man, what a series this was shaping out to be, but really crashed down in that 5th inning of Game 5. So let's dive right into this recap of the World Series. We'll take you through game by game. So, Game 1. Absolute World Series all-time classic. One of the best games in the history of baseball. Unbelievable. This game was actually played on Juan Soto's 26th birthday. Second time he's played a World Series game on his birthday. The 4th time anyone's ever done that. And it was his 26th birthday. Imagine playing 2 World Series games by the time you turn 26. Or on your birthday by the time you played 26. Unbelievable. So the Dodgers end up cracking in first. Garrett Cole versus Jack Flaherty. Ace versus ace matchup in this one. Dodgers score first on a sac fly. So it's 1-0 Dodgers heading into the late innings. And the last pitch of the day that Jack Flaherty threw was crushed. Giancarlo Stanton hit a massive 2-run home run to put the Yankees up 2-1. 4th straight game with a homer for Stanton. 116 mile an hour off the bat. The hardest hit ball in World Series history under StatCast, which obviously is since 2015. Giancarlo became the first player in postseason history with multiple streaks of homering in 4 consecutive games. And Giancarlo tied the all-time record for most consecutive postseason hits being a home run in a season, 5. That was his own record. Also tied with Bob Robertson from 1971. So to the 8th inning, the Yankees up 2-1. Shohei Ohtani ends up hitting a double off the bat of Tommy Kahnle, and he gets the third on a terrible error by Gleyber Torres. Throw in from right field from Soto. Gleyber could have went up to catch on a fly, took a step back, got on a bounce, and he tried to short hop it, got away. Ohtani gets to third with 1 out. The next batter was Mookie Betts. He does what he's supposed to do, gets a fly ball to center field, and ties the game. So it goes 2-2 to extras after that tying run. And at the top of the 10th, Anthony Volpe hits a ground ball to the shortstop, Tommy Edman, who has to dive to his left. Run comes in to score, forced out at second base. So 3-2 Yankees heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. And because of how this game went, Cole got taken out with 88 pitches, didn't get through 6, and he only gave up 4 hits. I was very questionable about why Cole came out of that game. So that means that Boone and the Yankees bullpen, they had to use Clay Holmes, and Weaver ended up coming in the 8th. Weaver gets through the 8th inning and the 9th, and he's done. So you go to extra innings, you're up 3-2, save situation in Game 1 of the World Series, and you don't have your closer. Jake Cousins has to come into pitch, and he gets into some trouble. First and second with 1 out, Cousins' day is done. Boone goes to the bullpen, double barrel action in the bullpen. Tim Hill, who's been so good for the Yankees all postseason, and Nestor Cortez had not pitched in 37 days, injured at the end of the regular season, was not on any postseason roster before the World Series. Booney goes to Nestor Cortez to face the top of the order. Shohei, Mookie, and Freddie with 1 out, runners on first and second. The first batter, Shohei, first pitch to Shohei, swung on and popped into foul ground down the left field line. Alex Verdugo makes an unbelievable play down the line, diving over the wall into the stands, makes the catch, throws the ball in from the stands. So because he did that, the ball goes out of play, and each runner gets a base. So the runners move up to second and third, but now 2 outs. And because Nestor Cortez is a left-handed pitcher and Mookie Betts is a righty hitter, they intentionally walked Mookie Betts to get to the previously hobbled, injured Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman had 0 extra base hits throughout the entire playoff run before this. He actually missed a few starts during the playoff run. He got hurt in the week before the season ended. He didn't play all the divisional series. He missed, I think, 1 game, and then he missed 2 games in the championship series. Finally gets that week off, and he comes up, and on the first pitch Nestor Cortez throws him, he turns on an inside fastball and hits the first walk-off grand slam in the history of the World Series. It was the 696th game in World Series history, the first ever walk-off grand slam, the second ever walk-off grand slam in postseason history, joining Nelson Cruz from the 2011 ALCS. It was the 5th walk-off World Series win in Dodgers franchise history, and it was the second 2-out walk-off home run while the team was trailing in World Series history. The last one, 1988, Game 1, Kirk Gibson. So 2 hobbled, injured Dodgers stars come in late in the game in Game 1 of the World Series and hit walk-off home runs to secure massive victories. Unbelievable. Both of these home runs were hit at exactly 8:37 Pacific time, 36 years apart. Unbelievable. Vin Scully, he was shining down on that one, and Joe Davis with the call, she is gone, to mirror the two plays forever. Unbelievable. The only other postseason home run, walk-off home run, when there were 2 outs and the team was trailing, was Yordan Alvarez back in ALDS Game 1. And in this game, the Dodgers became the second team in World Series history to triple for their first 2 hits, joining the 1953 World Series champion Yankees. And Jazz Chisholm almost was the hero for the Yankees, became the 6th player to steal a World Series record 3 bases in a game. That was last done in 2016 by Rajai Davis. What a Game 1 we had. So it goes to Game 2. This was a home run derby early at Dodger Stadium. Carlos Rodon versus Yamamoto. The Dodgers teed off on Rodon early. Tommy Edman homered in the second to make it 1-0. Juan Soto followed things up in the top of the third with himself with 2 outs to tie things up at 1. Then, bottom of the third inning, Teoscar Hernandez went deep with a 2-run home run, and the next batter, Freddie Freeman, homered again. 4th straight World Series game with a home run dating back to 2021 with the Braves. 2nd back-to-back homers in Dodgers World Series history. The other one, 1981 World Series Game 5. So 4-1 Dodgers. Yamamoto had a great start. 2nd time this year pitching against the Yankees, and in those 2 career starts versus the Yankees, he has only allowed 3 hits, 1 run, while racking up 11 strikeouts in 13 1/3. So pretty good job versus the Yankees this year for Yamamoto, but the Yankees do rally in the top of the 9th for 1, but the Dodgers close it out. So 4-2 win for the Dodgers. Alex Vesia came in with the bases loaded. He threw 1 pitch to Jose Trevino, and he popped him up. The first 1-pitch save in the history of the World Series, and the second one in postseason history, joining Jason Isringhausen in 2004 NLCS Game 1. The 5th straight multi-hit game for Tommy Edman, capped off with that big home run. 7 multi-hit games for Edman, ties the most for Dodger in a playoff history. Tommy Edman, 2024, 7. Mookie Betts had 7 in 2020, and Steve Garvey had 7 in 1981. And Tommy Edman became the 2nd player in postseason history to hit a home run as both a shortstop and a center fielder, joining his teammate, Chris Taylor. Not the person I would have thought. So, 2-0 series lead for the Dodgers. They win both games in LA. Game 1 was an instant classic, heartbreaker for the Yankees. So now, this series shifts to New York. This game, even more of a hand to Dodgers win. Guess what happened? Top of the 1st inning. Yankee Stadium going nuts. Need to flip the momentum. Got to get things going. 1 out, runner on second base. Freddie Freeman goes deep again, tying the all-time record for homering in a 5th straight World Series game, tying him with George Springer. He became the 3rd player ever to hit a home run in games 1, 2, and 3 of the same World Series. Freddie Freeman, 2002 Barry Bonds, and 1958 Hank Bauer. Unbelievable. And Walker Buehler started this game for the Dodgers through an absolute gem. Looked like early in his career Walker Buehler, Vanderbilt Walker Buehler. He threw his 2nd career scoreless start in the World Series, joining Sandy Koufax as the only Dodgers to throw multiple in a World Series. And the pitchers that have 3 or more World Series outings with 5 or more innings pitched and 4 or less base runners allowed, Walker Buehler. That's the list. And that's his only 3 World Series starts. 3 starts, 5 or more innings pitched in every game, and 4 or fewer base runners allowed in all 3 World Series starts. Unbelievable. Walker Buehler into Dodgers lore, and we'll talk about that even more as we go moving forward. So Game 5 comes around, 3-0 lead. And there's never been a team to come back from a World Series down 3-0. It's only happened one time in the history of the sport. That was the 2004 Red Sox beating the Yankees in the 2004 ALCS. That was wild, but impossible pretty much. So the starting pitcher, how about this fact? Starting pitcher for the Dodgers in this game, Ben Kasparius. It was a bullpen game, so he wasn't really the starting pitcher. I guess you could say the opener, but started Game 4 for the Dodgers, Ben Kasparius. He got called up on August 18th, did not pitch until August 30th. This was his 4th appearance of the postseason after having only 3 the entire regular season. And this was his first career start. He became the 2nd pitcher ever to make his first career start in the World Series. And Ben Kasparius, he's from Westport, Connecticut. He went to Staples High School. When I was a freshman in high school, Ben Kasparius was a senior. And I went to play at Staples, at Duke Union High School, to play against him. And I faced him. When I was a freshman in high school, Ben Kasparius was a senior pitching against my high school baseball team. and I was the 9 hitter that year. Faced him twice. He struck me out 2 times. Faced him for the 3rd time, and I got a base hit off him over the shortstop's head. So I'm 1 for 3 all time off of a World Series starter. How about that? The boy right here. Let's go. So Freddie Freeman also. Guess what he did in this game? Top of the 1st inning. Homered again. Two days in a row on the road hitting a home run in the top of the 1st inning, and the 6th consecutive game with a home run in the World Series, breaking George Springer's record for the longest of all time. Freddie Freeman stands alone. 6 consecutive World Series games with a homer. Unbelievable. He becomes the first player ever to hit a home run in each of the first 4 games of the World Series. The first player with 10 or more RBIs in the first 4 games of the World Series. And he's got 6 homers in his first 11 World Series games. This guy, Fred, is unbelievable. So another unbelievable start for the Dodgers, and you're thinking, this is about to be a sweep, isn't it? Not so fast. Bottom of the 3rd inning, excuse me. Yankees down 2-1, scratched across the run in the 2nd inning. Anthony Volpe, 2 outs, bases loaded, cracks a grand slam. First grand slam in the World Series by a Yankee since Tino Martinez in 1998 Game 1. The 4th youngest player ever to hit a World Series grand slam at 23 years old. Just the 4th World Series with multiple grand slams, and just the 2nd one where each team has one. And the 2024 postseason broke the record for the most grand slams in a single postseason ever with 6. So that really got the Yankees going. They kept going. Austin Wells hit a bomb of himself. The Yankees ended up scoring 11 runs in this game, the most runs that they've scored in any postseason game since 1978. Unbelievable. Yankees offense wakes up like crazy. Judge has a late RBI, very good at bats all night long, and the Yankees seemingly back in it. So going into Game 5, the story was Garrett Cole versus Jack Flaherty. Garrett Cole needs to have a legacy game. Jack Flaherty, his 2nd time facing teams this postseason, especially the Mets in the NLCS, did not go well. He gave up 8 earned runs, did not get a strikeout in that game. The Mets did not strike out as a team in that game. So, Jack Flaherty versus Cole. Cole comes out, gets a 7-pitch 1st inning. He's dialed in. Bottom of the 1st inning, Glaber gets out, 4-pitch walk to Soto, and Judge absolutely unloads. First pitch he sees from Jack Flaherty after striking out 3 times against him in Game 1, 7 swings and misses out of 9 attempts, crushes a first pitch fastball off of Flaherty way out of here to right center, like way out of here, like a lefty pull hitter. Judge hit that ball out of here. So it was like, oh my. Judge is back. It's 2-0. Cole's locked in. Next batter, Jazz Chisholm, homers 2. First time the Yankees go back and back-to-back in the World Series since 1977. So this is it. Cole comes out firing. Judge and Jazz, let's go. Yankee Stadium is vibing. They pick up another run on a base hit from Verdugo. It's 4-0. Stanton comes up in the bottom of the 4th. Goes oppo bomb. 5-0 Yankees, and Garrett Cole is shoving heading into the 5th inning. This is a dream scenario. This is as best case you could get. Top of the 5th. No hits for the Dodgers, by the way. The Dodgers have no hits. 2 base runners, just 2 walks, no hits. Top of the 5th inning, first batter, Kike Hernandez, rips a base hit over Glaber's head. First hit of the game. That gets things started. Next batter, shallow fly ball to center field, right at Judge. He takes a couple steps in, he takes his eye off the ball, and he just dropped it. Like, he literally just dropped it. Aaron Judge, the MVP of the season, just flat out dropped a fly ball that would have, in a massive spot. Would have been the first out of inning after the first hit of the game, but no, 1st and 2nd with nobody out. So, big mistake, but I guess with Garrett Cole on the mound, you got a chance. Next batter, Will Smith. Ground ball to shortstop in the 5-6 hole. Volpe makes the backhanded play, shifts his feet to throw to 3rd, but he spiked it. Bad throw to Jazz at 3rd, tried to pick it out, unable to do so. So the ball gets away. Back-to-back errors for the Yankees. Bases loaded, nobody out. 5-0 Yankees. So, 9-1-2 due up. Bases loaded, nobody out. Gavin Lux coming up to the dish. He has not been a good hitter for the last 2 rounds of this playoffs. Cole made him look horrible. Garrett Cole locked in. He locked in. He knew this was a terrible situation. He knew that the base runner should have been on. Leadoff base hit, 2 errors. Locked in against Gavin Lux and made him look horrible. Made him look terrible. Struck him out, I think, 4 pitches. Here comes Ohtani. Huge spot. Cole diced up Ohtani. Ohtani took 2 massive swings on fastballs earlier in the count, and then Cole threw him the nastiest spike knuckle curve I've ever seen. Dropped right off a table. Shohei waved right over the top of it. Huge pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts after loading the bases on 2 huge errors from the Yankees. 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Mookie Betts comes up to the plate. Couple foul balls. Cole gets him down to 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch, cue ball down the first base line that had some weird spin on it. Cole takes a few steps to go to first, and from what I saw, it seemed like he thought the ball was close enough to the bag that Rizzo could just step on it, or he also didn't see the spin. So I guess he thought Rizzo was going to be able to just pick it up, go to the first, because Cole immediately saw the ball go to first. Took 3 steps over to go cover, and then he points at the bag. Sees Rizzo, points at the first base bag, but Rizzo, seeing that the ball is cued, spinning almost back towards the infield, kind of takes a hesitant step back, makes sure he fields it, looks up to flip the first, and Cole is nowhere to be found. No one covers the bag. Mookie beats it out for an infield single, and the first run of the game comes in to score for the Dodgers. Tough situation for the Yankees. Brutal mental errors throughout the whole inning. Dodgers crack at the board, 5-1. And now you got to face Freddie with the bases loaded. And this guy has single-handedly killed you throughout games 1 through 4. 1 through 4, Freddie has been the kryptonite for the Yankees, and here it comes again. Top of the 5th inning, 5-1 ball game. Cole gets him down to 2 strikes, and where does he go? Inside with the fastball yet again, where Freddie Freeman has been crushing baseball so far this postseason. He muscles it up the middle for a 2 RBI single. First and third now, 5-3 the ball game. Dodgers in business. Teoscar Hernandez comes up next. Gets a not even that bad of an off-speed pitch. I think it was a cutter or maybe a slider from Cole. That didn't quite get to the outside corner, but was on the outer half. Teoscar ripped it deep to left center field. Judge got on his horse to make the play, but he was unable to get there. It short-hopped against the wall. Mookie scored easily from third, and Freddie came all the way around from first with a bad ankle to tie the game. 5 unearned runs come in to score. The most unearned runs ever in a World Series game. The largest blown lead in an elimination game in the history of baseball. Unbelievable. Garrett Cole was cruising. This game was all but over. Cole just had to get through a couple more innings, and it was handing it over to the bullpen. He was dicing. This was his legacy game. This was it. He answered the bell. Garrett Cole answered the bell, and the defense and the mental errors killed him. One of his own, so you can't even really blame your fielder. So, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Freddie Freeman with those 2 RBIs and that single tie the all-time record for RBIs in a World Series with 12. Bobby Richardson for the Yankees had 12 in 1960. And man, so now, 5-5 ball game. A couple innings later, Yankees load the bases. Sac fly to center field from Giancarlo Stanton. 6-5. Yankees should be up 6-0, but do have a chance to salvage the game. Later in the game, Dodgers load the bases again with nobody out. Gavin Lux flies one to fairly mid-deep center field. Judge makes the play, but the run comes in to score. 6-6. 2 batters later after Ohtani walks, Mookie Betts fly out to deep center field. Another sac fly. So 2 outs in this inning, both on sac flies. They finally get out of the inning, but the damage was done. 7-6 the game. The Yankees were unable to come back, and the Dodgers won their 8th World Series title in franchise history, their 4th against the Yankees, and they pulled off the largest comeback in a World Series clinching game, trailed 5-0 through 4, and your World Series MVP, obviously, Freddie Freeman. He went 6 for 20 in the series with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs. 12 RBIs tied for the most in a World Series ever, and he only played 5 games. Only struck out 1 time, and he hit a homer in games 1, 2, 3, and 4. First player ever to hit a homer in games 1 through 4 of single World Series, and also 6 consecutive World Series games with a homer overall, the longest streak of all time. And Freddie, one of 4 active players with multiple World Series, a regular season MVP, and a World Series MVP, joining Jose Altuve, Justin Verlander, and Mookie Betts. Walker Buehler came in to get the save at the end of the game after just 1 day of rest. 8 pitchers used in this game for the Dodgers, most in a World Series clinching game ever. And Walker Buehler, like I just said, became the 4th pitcher to have a win as a starter and earn a save in the same World Series. The 11th straight postseason appearances with the Yankees without a title extends the longest drought in franchise history. This is the 3rd longest title drought in Yankees history as well. The Yankees are the only team ever to blow a 5+ run lead, allow 5 or more earned runs, commit 3 or more errors, commit a catcher's interference, and a balk, all in the same game in the regular season or in the postseason. This is since runs became official stat in 1913, and man, that is unbelievable. The Dodgers got hot at the right time, winning 10 of their final 13 games after going down 2-1 to San Diego in the NLDS. So that's going to do it. 2024 season in the books, and what a year it was. Yankees really pissed away that Game 5. Should have been the first team in the history of baseball after going 3-0 down to force a Game 6. But man, those 5 earned runs in that 5th inning are going to haunt the Yankees all offseason. Garrett Cole just not covering the bag, even with all those mistakes. Even with the drop fly ball, the missed ground ball at third by Volpe, or misplay at short by Volpe, bad throw. If Cole just runs to first there and Rizzo flips it to him and gets Mookie at first, no, they don't score. So, man, that's just a brutal game. The Yankees honestly didn't deserve to win that game or that series, but I was rooting for 6, possibly 7. So that's going to do it for the 2024 MLB season. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. NFL updates every week for now on until the end of the season, and then March Madness when that gets here. So hopefully you enjoyed this season of the MLB on the Bobby Valentine Sports Show. Tune in next time, and I'm your host, Frank Rampin. Peace out.